Ali Pikri Sobol, former Mayor Muhammad Pamintal, former board member Amirul Muhammad, former Mayor Abdul Rahman Bashir, former board member Jeram Salik, former Mayor Sabdullah Makabago,
former Mayor Tony Tanog, palakpakan po natin. Former Governor Abu Muhammad Sarangani, former Congressman Faisa Dumarpa, former Barangay Chairman Faisal Usman, former Barangay Chairman.
To everyone gathered here today, our leaders, partners, advocates, and fellow Filipinos united by one great cause to save the Philippines. Today marks a historic beginning. We come together not out of convenience, but out of conviction. We gather here because we can no longer stand idly while our nation continues to slide into moral decay, political chaos, economic hardship, and the betrayal of public trust. We gather because the future of our children, our communities, and our country depends on what we do. The Save the Philippines Coalition is not just another organization. It is a voluntary movement of citizens who refuse to surrender hope. It is an alliance of patriots from diverse sectors and backgrounds, united by one purpose: to restore integrity in leadership, accountability in governance, and dignity to the Filipino people. We heed the call of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, a call to action, to courage, and to patriotism to save the Republic. And in responding, we affirm that saving the Philippines means demanding change at the highest levels of power. It means confronting the failures and abuses that plague our government and standing firm for what the Constitution demands: rightful succession and responsible leadership. As we launch this movement today, we also launch a renewed spirit of unity and purpose. Let this assembly be the starting point of a nationwide awakening, where citizens no longer remain silent, but speak, act, and stand together for true reform and justice. To all those who come from near and far, from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, welcome. Thank you for choosing courage over comfort and patriotism over apathy. Your presence proves that the Filipino spirit, no matter how challenged, will never yield to tyranny and corruption. Together, let us declare with strength and faith, we will save the Philippines. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang ating bayan. Welcome to this new and momentous chapter in the history of the Filipino people. God save the Philippines.
Ay, may hapon sa ito ang tanan. Okay na ba mag-English kasi Bisaya ako, hindi ako masyadong marunong mag-Tagalog. Okay na ba? But I promise, sisingit ako ng English. So yesterday, I was called at sinabi if I can do a reaction, no? So ipe-present daw ni Attorney Vic. And so I prepared something kasi masanay ako magsulat kaysa magsalita. Is that okay? Alright, but first, I'd like to request everybody, can you please look around you? Tingin lang. Pwede ba natin? Tingnan natin ang bawat isa. Just look around you. Because what we're looking at right now makes me sad and happy at the same time. Sad because if you look around you, we could probably count the young people with our fingers. And I'm sad about it because according to projections, by 2028, a little less than 70% of the voters will be coming from 18 to 44 years old. So, if we want to be able to elect the next officials, that means we have to win the young people. But also, I'm very happy today because of this gathering, right? Because we stand today not because we have the same party, not because we have the same color, but we stand today because we love the same country. At ito yung nagdala sa atin dito. But also because deep in our hearts, we understand that something is very wrong. Tama po ba? You know, ang dami ng sinabi kanina ni Attorney Vic, and everything he said are not just facts and numbers. They're not, but they are actually lives of people, and they are signs, signs of a nation in danger. And they are barometers of collapse. At bakit nangyari ito? I personally believe nangyari ito, and I know you share the same belief about it. It's all because leadership in this country is failing. Under BBM, walang clear reforms, walang clear vision, walang direction, and instead of solutions, nakikita natin puro press conferences instead of policy. Tama ba? Do you know that in global democracy markings, ang tawag nila sa atin, flawed democracy? And now we have a Congress that is a supermajority that rarely says no to Malacanang. And media today, they're very cautious. They're captured. They are controlled. Commissions and investigations appear to be working, but they are there to cover up and control the narrative. And then, of course, narinig natin yung pinakamalaking scandal, right? Flood control scam, 100 billion budget, and all of that. And Malacanang's spin is telling us about anti-corruption drive, infrastructure commission. But the world and the Filipino people are asking, if the masterminds sits at the top, can the system really clean itself? Wala tayong maaasahan if the ones who have the power are also the ones who are involved. And so this country is not just facing corruption, we are facing a state capture. A system where those who design the budget benefit from the budget, and also the same people who investigate the budget. That is not governance, my friends. That is a syndicate. And I tell you, I went to a recent trip to be part of an international think tank. And there I met some businessmen and also some diplomats. And I assure you, the ASEAN governments, investors and partners are watching us. You know, ASEAN is one of the regions in the world with the strictest laws against illicit drugs. Kaya yung revelation ni Senator Amy Marcos is not contained within the Philippines because it will go to ASEAN drug control forums, intelligence reports, it will affect risk assessment about the Philippines, it will, and also through quiet diplomatic conversations. Ibig sabihin, maaapektuhan eventually ang bilateral cooperation ng ating bansa with the ASEAN. Hindi nila ito sinasabi outrightly and publicly, but I know that they will act quietly downgrading intelligence cooperation with our nation because they cannot risk sharing information with a country whose leadership is drug compromised. At sa mga investors naman natin, you know, and I'm so glad kasi sinabi nila, we're done hearing all the claims of your palace. But what we are looking right now are the fading markets, collapsing FDI, weakening currency, rising political instability, allegations of a drug-using president. And unless we save the Philippines, the bad news is, we are bound for collapse. Gusto ba natin yon? Gusto ba natin yon? Magko-collapse tayo. But I have good news for you. Amid all of these, and instead of totally walking away from the Philippines, the world saw something else. They see you in massive rallies. Millions of people praying, marching. They see the people's courage start standing in the rain for truth and accountability. And do you know what diplomats are whispering right now? They're probably saying to each other, the Filipino people may be more stable than their government. But this is both painful but powerful. Powerful because it means that we are the last line of defense when institutions are captured. We are the remaining institution that still works in this country, and the foreign investors are reading us. Now, naririnig natin yung idea floating around about other groups on the idea of transition council, a caretaker, a revolutionary setup to bypass succession and avoid letting Sara Duterte, VP Sara Duterte, assume office if Marcos steps down. Pero ang katotohanan, my friends, and I don't understand why this is being talked about even in media, and DILG hindi pumapalag dito. Because a transition council, truth is, it is a power grab disguised as reform. It is a coup, it's a coup in slow motion. A shortcut that will break this republic, or worse than corruption already has. It is an unconstitutional power grab that benefits only the architects of this transition. And the most alarming part, the PNP isn't pushing back. The same organization, DILG, that over-prepared on November 16 and 17 is suddenly quiet about this. And the palace is not even condemning it. And that silence speaks of volume. But guys, wag tayong mag-give in. Look at history and look at the world.